Okay. So welcome to Casa de Claribel, the house of Gaudencio Claribel. My grandfather and many here, there's still several children here, and of course the grandchildren are here. This is, I think, the first reunion. I don't know how many reunions have been done since the house was built, but this is the first one I've been to. Of course, there are more like vacations naman. Sometimes it's just a vacation, but this time it's an actual reunion. And I'm glad that the turnout is actually quite good. So I'm your host, well, not really, sort of. But actually the real hosts here are the daughters of Gaudencio. Tita Lising, Tito Ogo, Tita Baby, Tita Lori, but she couldn't come. Yeah, but she has her daughter here. So everyone is more or less we're more or less complete. We have about half here. That's not too bad na. Okay, so just a quick rundown. Just a quick rundown. Everyone would like to know, especially I would like to know who is who, which is which, and what is what. Who are my cousins? Who are our relatives, etc. I'd really appreciate it if we could tell each other. Kasi, okay, this is what I know of the Claribels. Since I moved here during COVID, I realized there's less than 100, I think, in Bohol. I don't know, huh? I mean, direct line, I'm sure there's more. But closely related to us is really just a few. Very few. In fact, when I went to Mindanao, I found out there are thousands, more than 3,000, right, in Mindanao. So I was surprised, why is everyone in Mindanao? And then, of course, after talking to many of my family members, they told me that it's because they couldn't plant properly. They couldn't plant crops in this island. It would not survive. Crops won't survive. Because of necessity, they move somewhere else where crops will survive. That's the story I got, of course. And so, and ever since I lived here, I get a lot of invitations, a lot of visitors. People actually come here and ask if they can see the house. And then when I go, yeah, sure, then they tell me they are Claribels. And they know that this is, they know that Panglao is where they're from. And they believe that this house is their ancestral home, which I go, of course, just come in, you can go around if you want and look around. So I fixed up this place, I fixed it up. When I moved here during COVID, it was like a warehouse. It was very dirty. The floors are still scratched up. It never got restored to its former beauty. But I'm still trying to fix it up more, I mean, a lot better than what it used to be during pre-pandemic. The house was abandoned for a while when my mother died, Didi. The house is practically abandoned for 2 years. And when Dad took over the house, it became even worse. So anyway, so now I want to maintain it. And I brought in a lot of things like the chandeliers, etc. The technology, the roof is new, the solar panels are new, we have water, we have rainwater, we have deep well water, and we have water from the municipality. Because water here is not easy. I mean, we're in the middle of water, but there's no water here. So recently, I built a filter system. It's out there. It's not yet done. It's just like the beginning of a filter system. But I'm talking to professionals that can make the house water like bottled water. So that's going to be coming, hopefully, in the next year or within the year. At least we can have very clean water in this house. We'll be filtering even rainwater. And anyway, so just a little bit about myself. I ran for councilor about the year after COVID, 2 years after, and I won. And but unfortunately, last election I lost, and it's okay because I didn't want to run again. But I did run again, more of, I couldn't say no. I guess many people say that they can't say no, so okay, run again. But it was half-hearted. And now I really won't run anymore. I'm done with the politics. I want to enjoy life. I want to go back to traveling kasi I traveled a lot before. I just want to go back to it. I want to go back to resting. And, okay. And of my siblings, so I'll start with my mom. My mother, Digna, is the fourth of 7 siblings. She's here. She's over there, this picture. She's the fourth of 7 siblings, and we are 5 children under her. 6 minus 1 who passed away, so 5. And I'm the eldest, and I have 4 children from 3 wives and 1 girlfriend. No, it's not right. No, but I've had 3 wives, 4 children from them, and my brother has 1 daughter, and that's it. There's just 5 of us out of the five siblings that I have. So I'd like to introduce, let's start from the eldest na lang. No? So the eldest, Tita Aida. Who's the one here from Tita Aida? Only Giovanni, no? Is Giovanni here? Oh my God. Si Giovanni. Okay, Tita Aida is in the US. You may know her, if you're, especially if you're living there. She's in New Jersey and Brooklyn. Brooklyn. She's from Brooklyn. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, she's from Brooklyn, and her apos or her grandchildren are somewhere there already. Not all, but some. Her children somewhere there also. And I know that her family here in Calape, Bohol is actually leaving soon. That would be in the West Coast now. They'll be going to the West Coast. Anyway, the only person here who's directly related from Tita Aida is Giovanni. Giovanni Jr., who disappeared. He was that kid over there.
Pilar also.
Sorry?
Is it Pilar?
Pilar. Different. Yeah, so Giovanni's not here, but he's just around. He's just around the area. So after Tita Aida is Tita Rosie, which only has 2 children. That would be Polly and Pam. Any of you know Paul and Pam? They're in Michigan. They're up north in Michigan. I think Paul is in the bank, a banker, and Pam is a businesswoman or a housewife who's a businesswoman also. They're okay. They're fine. They're actually, if you know my uncle Tito Go, they actually look like Tito Go. Because I see faces here that are familiar. There, Giovanni Jr., the only one from Tita Aida's family here. He's the grandchild. The youngest of the, the youngest grandchild, di ba? No, not the youngest. Anyway, never mind. It's confusing already. If you put together the Mercado family, because our Lola Ludil is a Mercado. If you put together the Mercados, only first and second cousin, we would go close to 20,000. We are a lot because our grandmother, Lola Ludil, had 17 siblings. Okay? 5 mothers. She's the eldest of the second mother. So you're talking about 17 siblings, first cousins that are younger than me. They're like, they can call me uncle but they're actually younger than me. But they're my uncles, actually. That's how large the family gap is. So when we factor that all in, we are really a very, very, very large family. The last time I asked Tony's my cousin who takes note of the actual lineage. He told me, if you want only the direct descendants, we're already 300,000. When it comes to everyone, not just the first and second. We're already close to 300,000 people. So, it's quite a big family. If you go to Mindanao, this house is only 1/4 of the house in Mindanao. It's an older house, much older, maybe 200 years older, and much bigger. But anyway, never mind that. Third child is Tita Lori. Tita Lori, okay. Representative, please, Tita Lori. Okay. This is my cousin. Please, ikaw naman.
Hello. So, to introduce first, my mom is actually the third. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Marge. Santiago, my married name, Marjorie Santiago. So, I am the daughter of Loreto Mercado Claribel, the third child of Lolo Gaudencio and Lola Lourdes. So my mom was a retired judge, Regional Trial Court Tuguegarao. We are in Isabela actually, so we were raised there. But all of us, the 7 children, were born in Manila. So my mom can't come today, but earlier, since February, we already booked for a flight going to Panglao by May 7. But right now, she can't come because she is sick. She can't come. It's not possible for her to travel. So the family is actually asking each and every one of you to pray for her fast recovery. So being the representative of our family, I asked permission from my dad who can't leave my mom while she's recuperating in Isabela. So I'm here together with my husband, B, my eldest daughter, Mayoli, okay, and my youngest, my son Owen, to represent our family. Most of them are in Isabela actually. So this is once in a lifetime opportunity to be here and join this reunion. Actually, I was here like the last time I came here was 1996. So it's been almost 30 years, more or less. So when we came back, I saw Panglao. It's really developed and more business areas. So na-shock ako. Sabi ko, nagsisi ako, ba't ngayon lang ako bumalik ulit? Anyway, since yung priority kasi namin, and isipin mo from Isabela kami malayo talaga. Pero because of the mode of transport, we have airplanes naman. And sometimes may mga seat sales din. We are looking forward to go back here again, no? Together with my siblings, because some of my siblings hindi pa nakarating dito for the first time. And we will visit this place again because this is very memorable for all of us. And it's also nice to see you, each and every one of you, mga relatives namin. Ngayon lang namin nakilala. So, masaya kami na naka-join kami dito sa reunion natin ngayong Mother's Day pa, no? So, Happy Mother's Day sa mga tita namin, Tita Pilar, Tita Resing, at sa lahat ng mothers ngayon dito. Nice to see you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marjorie. I call her Marjorie actually. When we were young. Okay, and wait, one quick thing now. My grandfather, this is just a story. This is the story I tell people because it's sort of from my grandmother. But since she kept on repeating it, because when she became, the older she got na, she parang had dementia. Or something like that, di ba, Lola? So, she kept on repeating some sort of a story about this house. So I'll just tell it to you. I'll just give you the story. Her story about this house is, when Lola Gauden is the first lawyer from Panglao and the first judge from Bohol. And he was the before long ago, he was the judge of a huge area, Surigao, Misamis, Surigao, Misamis, and Bohol, I think. So he was a judge of a huge area. Today, that would be like 3 entire different provinces. So, but before that was like normal. So they were based in Misamis at the center. And he saw my grandmother in a contest, in a Carnival Queen contest in Misamis. Her Carnival Queen photo is that one, that centerpiece there. That's when she won the Carnival Queen. And he fell in love with her. That's according to my Lola, he fell in love with her. And he followed her, or he looked for her, and he went to her home and introduced himself. My Lolo is very dark. He's pure-blooded Panglawanon. He's very small, dark, curly hair. So, my Lola was different. My height is her father's height. They're all 6'2". The girls are 5'11". They're all tall and large and fair skinned. So, according to my grandmother, she could not meet Lola Gauden. only her father and Lolo discussed the dowry, something like that. So the dowry was, okay, I'm just guessing already. Pigs, cows, rice, maybe chickens and goats. Okay? Lots of dowries, lots of stuff, and a house. But a big house. And the most important was, he was supposed to be, you have to be a Spaniard. Which is an impossibility because he was very Panglawanan. And he could hardly speak Spanish, but he could speak Tagalog. And according to my grandmother, that was it. She didn't expect to see Lolo Gaudet again. And then she was surprised. 2 months later, my Lolo arrived with everything. Rice, cow, chicken, goat, Cavans, and he said he was already building the house, something like that, okay? And then, what really got the father of my Lola was, he spoke Spanish like a Spaniard. But the father did not, my grandmother did not know that. She was informed by her father, by Restituto, Mercado that if I close my eyes, I will not know if he is a Filipino because he sounds exactly like a Spaniard. So he learned Spanish in 2 months and he perfected it. So that was the story about my Lolo. And he was a genius already, so it's not surprising. He's really a genius. If I'm not mistaken, he finished high school and law. This is according to my Lola, okay? I'm not sure if it's really accurate. But he finished high school and law school at the same time. At that time, you could study at the same time your college. You didn't need a college degree to take law. So he took his law school with his high school and he graduated about the same time. So he became a lawyer after high school. And that's what started his career. So anyway, that's my Lola. And that's my Lola story. I forgot why I said that, but anyway, let's go on. Yes? You want to eat? Can I have your name? I don't remember.
You don't remember me?
No.
Why?
Shit. Sorry. So many people come here. And I remember her. I just the name. Introduce.
Hello. This Villegas.
Thanks. Okay, see, I'm confused already. So many people come here. I'm not kidding. Maybe every month somebody comes here and introduces themselves to me. But anyway, I'm glad. Okay, next. We're now at number 4. I'm finished already. So we're now at number 5. Tama? Tita Pilar. Tita Pilar is next. Yes, your turn, Tita.
I am repeating the progress. I finished college here, my Bachelor of Science in Economics, major food and nutrition. Then I went to New York and studied again, and I finished my nursing, and I retired now. Still working as taking care of the princess of Persia. I have 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls. So second to the youngest is Portia, third to the youngest. I have my son-in-law married and my granddaughter. We
Grandson also.
grandson. I have already 2 great-grandchildren. And I go only sometimes once a year. That's it. Thank you.
Clap our hands. Next, Tita. Thanks. By the way, regarding grandchildren, I'm her nephew, but I have 4 grandchildren. I started young. I started at 19, first wife. And those two, the 2 children we have 2 children each. So I'm a grandfather. Okay. Anyway, next. Tito ba? You wanna speak? Or AJ na? Ikaw or si AJ? Tito Go is the only boy. He is the second to the youngest.
Hey, I'm Agustin Floribel. I was born in the Fiesta of Panglao. And I was told that when I was born, this house was like a convention center. A lot of people came over. All the cars were parked outside, but this was still a gravel road. And a lot of cows and pigs were slaughtered just for my baptism. So I was really born and grew up here. And among my sisters, I was going to stay there a lot of times in this house. And talking later about my father. My father was also the first lawyer of this island. He's the first lawyer of this island. He's the signer of the Philippine Constitution, which is the law of the land at that time. The first one. And he's the first judge from Panglao to be assigned in Manila. The first executive judge. A lot of firsts for Lolo Boal, that I call him Lolo Galden. And also, the most important trophy that he was able to get was marrying the wife, my mother, who happens to be the great grandniece of Jose Rizal. Jose Rizal is the hero. The grandfather, the father of my mother, was the nephew of Jose Rizal. So they were able to establish that point before. And now he was able to bring that
Yeah.
woman with which is my mother.
Murag nephew
And
sa
one thing interesting is that my father was
murag ilang lolo.
my
Murag ilang
It was
lolo.
really very hard for her, for him to penetrate let's say that
Si Rizal.
the boundary that the
I'm
law of
sure.
the father has done. So he has to learn
My
how
God,
to speak
my God.
Spanish, because he was a Spaniard, he speaks Spanish. He was already a lawyer, fluent in the law. And then when he discovered that he lived in a big house, in a big mansion in Cagayan, in Mindanao, he came home to Manila to Panglao and also built a lot of trees and built this house. Also similar to that house, a bigger. That's to match the house of that my mother's house in Mindanao, which is, of course, this is small compared to her size. So that is the time before he went to ask for her hand from the father. And when the father found out about what he got, so that's why he was able to give away his daughter, which is Lourdes, my mother. So interestingly, when this was constructed, when they were already living here, a lot of people, a lot of natives, or let's say from Panao, would come to the house, not only to visit my mother, but also to look at our toilet, how the toilet flush. Because there was the time, there was no sanitary toilet yet. And they would look at the toilet and flush it, and they go, oh, wow, this is something special. They had never seen that before. So this house was already equipped with that. And this is a self-sufficient house with the electricity. He has an electricity. He has a well over there. It used to be a big windmill, but now that's all done. But the well is still there. It was built by a lot of people who used to live around the relative. It's a deep well. It's about 13 meters, 13 to 15 meters. It's not just a deep well, not like you, but it's dug about 14 meters down there. Also, I grew up and did a lot of growing up here every summer. I was the only one, most of my sister, I was the only one who comes over here to spend my whole summer during the school days. And most of my father came over, we sleep there, we do a lot of things there. So this is a very memorable place for us because we used to stay. This used to be our, to say, man house, where we used to stay. We're the only one here in the vicinity. We can play the music the loudest we can. Nobody's bothered because by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you will not see any bus passing around anymore. No more transportation anymore. As early as 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And if ever there is, it's only because of an emergency. So, and then very slow one. Then we don't, that is very slow. So that is why we brought here with the friends. We stay here for a week, we stay here, we just hunt for chickens, we do a lot of things just to be, to feed us our helmets. Anyway, most of my sisters at that time when they were here, they studied in Tagbilaran. And then we have a car, the 1948 Chrysler. It is a 6-seater car, but only 3 will fit because they're dressed before our petticoat, very wide thing. We cannot sit all the time, they're a big comfortable. So we have to have 2 trips in order to go to church. And then, that's all the memories that I will never forget. And also my sisters, when they were staying, they all stayed in this room. All my sisters are there. That is where the parents stayed. And I stay in between. So, sometimes in between the room and then sometimes in between the parents. Because I am the only boy of the family. And I have 6 sisters. They're all 6 of them. And one thing is, they live in Tagbilaran during school days. And when they're around here on weekend, we have this tradition in Harana where people come, when the young generation, they go to sing to my sisters at night, around 6 to 7, actually 7 in the evening, they go to the windows and start singing, dedicated to my sister, whoever they would like to sing to. And we call it Harana. So we sing for that. It's a tradition, it came from Spain, I think, where they sing for that, to the people that they like. So that is the time that I remember, and that is also, that means that we are all the sisters around, because my sister are the famous in the island. Everybody went always to see them. And also, most of my kids are in the States, and except for AJ, the youngest. That's all I can say. Being this house is really very fantastic to be at the time of this.
How many grandchildren? 7 grandchildren. Okay, let's clap our hands for Tito Boss. Thank you. You know that table, that round table, that's one of the trees that were felled to build this house. That's one tree. That's one piece of wood. So my Lola told me, oh, Lolo cut the biggest tree and he made it a table. Then the rest, of course, to make the house. So yeah, that's the souvenir of the wood of the house. And you can see, it's 100-year-old wood, it's still okay. I mean, I'm really happy that although the walls are now cemented because they're sort of very thin wood, so my mom changed it to mostly cement. But they're still original wood. You'll see that it's a mixture of wood and cement. Okay, anyway, regarding the windmill, because I want to restore this house, I'm trying to restore it. All the chairs you're sitting, some of them are destroyed. Every time I talk to someone who can restore it, they always tell me that they don't have the same material. They have the modern materials. So I always say no. Then I found one who will make it. It's like buying 3 chairs, the price. Let's just put it that way. It's like I'm buying 3 chairs just to repair that what do you call it, ratang or sawali? Yeah, that one. And it's, but you know, I already said yes, just do it because I want to restore the house. And then this is the first time I knew that there's a windmill. So let's restore the windmill. Build a, looks like a windmill, not exactly a windmill. Right? Okay. Anyway,
First cousin.
next would be, and last would be Tita Rising. Hi Tita, your turn. I think Tita Rising has the most family members here and Tita Baby.
Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry.
Pwede yan na dyan.
Ako si Christine. No, I'm Teresa. I'm the youngest of the seven. And
Thank you, sir.
when I was in grade school, my dad was appointed as judge in Manila. That was the time when President Garcia was the president of the Philippines. He's the 8th president of the Philippines. So we were transferred. I was only in grade school. That's why I graduated in Manila. Grade school, high school, college, and so on. In Manila. Ako lang yun. I think also ago. So, I met my husband, the one in red. But I was already working.
The man in red.
He is from Pampanga. And I'm from Bohol. We met.
Ilan
I have 5 children, 10 grandchildren. And they're all here except for the 2. The eldest is in Virginia. And the youngest, not the youngest, Michelle is the 4th. She's in Canada.
Okay.
So what else, JR?
Okay.
My children are here together with their wives or husbands. So first is, the eldest is in Virginia, so the second is Marlon. Marlon is based in Angeles Park, and he's married to Ivy. They have one child who is already, how old? 16. This is Summer. And the next is Mig, who is Miguel Jr. because he was born on the birthday of my husband. That's why we had no choice but to name him Junior. Mig is married to Cara,
Kapatid na
and their children, they have 2.
Ayang din.
Anyway, one girl, the eldest, and the second is Paco. So, ayun. And then next is,
Yung mom mo,
the fourth
yung mom mo is
is
yung
Michelle.
eldest.
She's a doctor, she's based in Canada. And the youngest is Maris. She's named after me. Maria, Teresa, no choice also.
Halos lahat ng
She's
daughter
married
niya
to
is
Sandy,
ganito. Ay, yung anak niya
and
is
their
ganito.
children have 2 daughters. Is that period? 2 daughters only. So that's all. And I'm happy to be here kasi matagal na rin. It's been a long time since we were here. And it brings back memories, especially with my dad and my mom. I can't help but cry. And I thank JR because he's staying here. Otherwise, wala nang tao dito. No one will be here.
Thank you, Tita. Okay, I know there are other families pa, so if you want to say something, now is the time. Kami pa. Yes. If anyone wants to say something before we end this host or this topic? Sige, pasok ka na. Okay. Tomorrow, is everyone going home tomorrow? No? Still few more days here? Okay. In the future, if you come here, because these rooms are in Airbnb, so in the future, if you come here and they're not being rented out, you can stay here. But of course, you have to let me know so I can block off a few days for you. So no one will book. Okay? We have a lot of booking, especially summertime. But for family, just come here and stay here for a few days. That's fine. You are. Super. Yeah, we have 3 rooms. Hopefully, we will add 2 more rooms. So this big room is now just nothing. So there will be 5 rooms. Okay. So anyone else? Merlin, ikaw. Anyway, sige. So, I hope everyone had fun. I hope everyone, we should do this again. Let's try to do this again. This is really nice. Again, it's my first time. First reunion that I've experienced with you guys. And he told me the last time we were together is 1996. That time you were here. And it was not a reunion, it's just like a vacation, di ba? Yeah, so it's something that we should do more regularly. If not here, then maybe somewhere else. Right? Okay. Okay, thanks very much and enjoy your evening. Yeah, let's have a group shot. Let's go. Where will we have the group shot? Here na lang here. Okay, everyone, let's have a group shot here with a nice background maybe. And if the background's there, okay, against the lights. This better. Giovanni, you did not speak. Because the direct line is